guys, so here's the tutorial for my snapshot color change. I call it the snapshot color change just because the motion of your thumb going like this, it sort of mimics the action of a camera when it takes a picture. If you guys are familiar with cameras, like real cameras, what it does is it like closes the shutter really fast and then it opens it back up. So that's what you're mimicking here with your thumb, and it just looks super visual, and that's why I like to call it the snapshot color change. So anyways, I'm going to show you guys what it looks like from an exposed view, and then I'll get into a way more in-depth tutorial of how to actually perform this move. So what it basically is you have the spectator select any card, let's say the 7 of spades in this case, and then what you're going to do is it looks like you just close the deck just like this, but you're actually controlling it to the bottom of the deck. And then you're going to flip the top card over, and it's obviously not going to be their card. And then when you turn your body, you're going to be taking the bottom card and placing it into a clip position into your right hand, just like this. So it looks invisible to the spectator, but in reality, you're holding the card just like this. And they're going to place the card here on top of these fingers. You're just going to balance it like this. And then you're going to place your hand over the cards, and then you're going to go 1, 2, 3, and your thumb's going to close, and your fingers are going to push that card up. And then when your thumb does that at the same time, it mimics the snapshot, and that's what the snapshot color change is. And then it looks like the card changes into the 7 of spades. So that is essentially the color change, and now let's get into a more in-depth tutorial of how to do this move. So first I'll start off with the control of how to control the card to the bottom of the deck. So first you can shuffle the cards, it doesn't matter because it's impromptu, and then you're going to have the spectator touch any card as you spread the cards. So let's say they touch this card. So when they touch a card, you're going to leave it here in the left hand, and then you're actually going to spread it over to the right hand, just like this, and you're going to try the best you can to align this card with the bottom card of the right hand spread. So you're going to spread over the left hand card just like this into your right hand underneath this one, and you're just going to try and line those two cards up the best you can. And then you're going to flip over your hand and show the card. So they see 6 of clubs. And then when you take your hand and you go back down, your thumb is going to clamp down on this top card, but your fingers here are still holding that 6 of clubs. So when your thumb goes down there, your fingers are going to be pulling that 6 of clubs to the right, just like this, to the right, and then it's going to go underneath the spread, just like this. And then when you continue to spread the cards, you'll notice that that card is just going to go underneath the spread, and then you can close up all of the other cards, and then that card is controlled to the bottom. So one more time, I'll do that again with a different card. So let's go ahead, choose a different card. Let's say this one. So you're going to spread it over here, line those two cards up. You're going to show it 8 of diamonds. Your thumb is going to clamp down, but your fingers are going to pull that card over, and now it's underneath the spread, and then you're just going to spread through all the cards, and then you're going to place that card on the bottom of the deck, just like that. And that is essentially how to control the card to the bottom. So once the card is on the bottom, you're going to square up the cards, and then you're going to flip over the top card, and obviously it's not going to be their card. So at this point, what you're going to do is you're going to hold the cards like so, in sort of a biddle grip position maybe. You're going to want to hold it so that your ring and pinky finger are not touching the deck. Only your index and middle finger and thumb are touching the deck, but your ring and pinky finger are not actually touching the deck. So at this point, you're going to be sliding over the bottom card, just like this. So you're going to take your left hand and you're going to slide that bottom card to the right. And it's all going to be covered by this hand. So the spectator is not going to be able to see anything because it's going to be covered. So I just slid it there, but obviously you can't see anything. So you're going to slide the card over just like this. And then what you're going to do is your pinky is going to just slightly open up here, and it's going to just clip that card. So you're just going to place the card in between the ring and pinky finger. And when you do that, your thumb is obviously still holding that card, but when you release it with your thumb, that card will just nicely fall into a clip position just like this. So now it's being held just right here in between your pinky and ring finger. That's really all it is. So the card is being held there, but your fingers are still holding the deck. And then what you're going to do is you're going to transfer the deck into mechanic's grip into your left hand. And in mechanic's grip looks something like this. You have your 3 fingers here on the side, and that is very important because these 3 fingers here are going to balance the card just like this. And then you're going to go 1, 2, 3. And when you close that card, those fingers are just going to be placing the card down like this. So when you place the card in with the clip position, you're just going to place it on top of those cards. And then your ring finger on your right hand is actually very, very important in this lining up process. So when you place the card down, I like to do this because technically I'm not really looking at my hands while I'm doing this move. I'm actually looking at the spectator's face the entire time. And that's also another key thing. You want to look at the spectator's face when you're doing this move because that will just add to misdirection. They won't really be able to see all the secret stuff that you're doing. But when I place the card on the fingers, I don't just place it there and I'm done. I actually go a little bit in front, and then I just slide back until my ring finger here, the tip of the ring finger will hit the top of the deck, and that will just make sure that I'm lining the card up with the deck, because you don't want to put it here and then do the change, because obviously it's not lined up, or you don't want to do it here and then it's not lined up there. So you want to just make sure that your ring finger is making sure it's perfectly aligned with the deck. So now it's perfectly aligned with the deck. So when I put it there, I'm just gonna release the clip. So I'm just gonna let go with my fingers and then tilt my hand down slightly, just like this. And keep in mind, the card's just balanced here on the fingers. It's just balanced there. And then my hand is just gonna go in front of it. I'm gonna line the card up so that it's right in line with my middle finger here. So I'm just gonna place the card basically right in front of my middle finger, and it should look something like this to the spectator. So they won't be able to see it. Obviously, your hand is covering the entire thing, but your middle finger is gonna be covering the majority of the card. Also, your fingers are gonna be closed, so that will help as well. And then when you close the card down, your thumb is just going to do the snapshot move, and that is essentially what makes this change awesome. So you're going to just, one more time, you're going to place the card here just like this, and then place the card next to your middle finger, and then your thumb is going to do that as you close the card in with your fingers, and that should be the entire move. And now to clean up, you can lift up your hand and peel off the top card and then show it that it's normal, because you don't want to just spread it off and say here, because then you're going to see the card that it was before, and you don't want to show this. So what you could do is you could do a double lift, or you can do the KM move, which looks something like this, where you take the double here, and then you secretly slide off that card, and now you're left with a single card. And I teach that in many other videos. I'll leave a link up here if you guys want to learn this KM cleanup move. But yeah, that's essentially the entire color change. I cannot stress this enough. You have to practice this in front of a mirror. That is very, very important, because otherwise the spectator is going to see you holding the card, and that is just not going to be very impressive. Yeah, guys, so that's pretty much going to be the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I really hope you guys enjoy using this color change. It's a super fun color change, so I really hope you guys actually use this in your routines. So anyways, thanks for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye.